So we're going to go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Allow your eyes to close. And just as we did last time, if you would like, you can place a blanket or a rolled up towel or a pillow under the hips if that's more comfortable to you. Gently allow your eyes to close. Starting to tune into your breath. Maybe at first you need to take a really deep inhale. Open your mouth, exhale, let it all go. Just allow yourself to settle into the space that you've created for yourself in this moment. Simply noticing your breath is one of the main parts of yoga. We don't necessarily have to have specific postures or even find movement at all here. You can just allow yourself to focus on your breath. I've spent entire practices on my back or in child's pose. So allow yourself to just be present. Letting go of this need to be perfect, to show up to your mat happy or put together. The practice of yoga is just showing up, learning to become present in the moments that you're given. Taking 2 more breaths in and out here with the mouth closed, breathing in and out of just the nose. And then keeping your eyes closed, you're just going to switch which leg is on top. And then inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Imagine a string pulling the crown of your head up towards the sky. And exhale, keep that length in the spine as you start to fold forward. Eventually the hands can come down to the ground. Let your head hang heavy, but continue to lengthen the low back. So it's as if you're trying to press the hips down onto the ground. Breathe into the space of the lower back and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Start to walk your hands over to the right, trying to reach your left fingertips a little further than your right. Feel that your left hip is really heavy down on the ground. Find this nice stretch in the side body here. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, take it over to the left, reaching the right fingertips a little bit further. Feeling the heaviness in the right hip. Finding space in the right side body. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, slowly come back through center. Lift your torso back up. You're going to reach your arms back up towards the sky. Exhale, take a twist to the right. So take your left hand to the right knee, the right hand behind you as a second spine. Not using the hands to wrench yourself into the twist. Instead, inhale, lengthen through the spine, stretch the crown of the head up towards the sky. Exhale, use the musculature of the abdomen to twist a little bit further into your seated posture here. Maybe gazing over the back shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One more, inhale. Exhale, slowly come back through center. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Again, not using the hands to push yourself into the twist. Instead, inhale, lengthen through the spine, sit up really tall. Exhale, use the abdomen to twist into your seated posture. Gaze over the back left shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can twist just a little bit further. Inhale. Exhale. Come back through center. Inhale. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale. Plant them down in front of you and come into your tabletop posture. Feel that the shoulders are stacked right on top of the wrists, the hips on top of the knees. Draw the belly up so the navel is drawing towards the spine. Inhale, drop the belly down towards the ground as if you're trying to stick the butt out. Draw the shoulder blades together and down the back and take your gaze forward. Exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest, press the ground away. Curl the spine and tuck the pelvis under. Gaze towards the navel. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, pull everything in tight as you press the ground away. One more time like this. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, look forward. Exhale, round the spine. Good. Come to a neutral position with the spine. So still the belly is drawing up and in. You're pressing the ground away. And then just sit the hips back onto the heels. Walk the hands back towards the knees until the torso is lifted. You're going to stretch the arms out in front of you. Now, what we just did was a cat-cow, which involves the abdomen moving, the chest moving. This time, when we come back onto all fours, you're simply going to be moving the shoulder blades along the back side of the body. So we'll practice it in the air first. Start to draw the shoulder blades together. Imagine you have a pencil between the shoulder blades and you're trying to pinch that pencil. And then press the ground away, keeping the shoulders away from the ears or the air away from you here. And try and puff up the space between the shoulder blades. So draw the shoulder blades together and then press the shoulder blades away from one another. So imagine they're rotating or kind of revolving around the rib cage. We'll take it down onto the ground now. So stack the shoulders on top of the wrists. Again, there's no movement in the lower spine. There's really no movement in the spine at all. So on your exhale, draw the shoulder blades together. Then inhale, press the shoulder blades apart. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, press them apart. No movement in the spine. Exhale, pinch the shoulder blades together. Inhale, press them apart. One more time. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Keep that liftedness. Tuck your toes under and come into your plank pose. So you're pressing the ground away, shoulder blades away from one another. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift the hips, press the heels down towards the ground. They may never make it down onto the ground, and that's okay. So imagine you're trying to hide your armpits. If you had a neighbor, you're hiding your armpits from them. So it's a wrapping of the shoulder down towards the ground. Press the ground away, even into the fingertips here. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, take a peek forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Step one foot followed by the other between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips come to the shins or the upper thighs and take your gaze forward. Exhale, fold. A slight bend in the knees. Feel that your feet are rooted down into the ground. On your next inhale, draw the belly up and in as you stand all the way up and reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, slight bend in the knees. Start to fold forward. Draw that belly up and in as you lower down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands and step your feet back. Lower down onto your knees. Again, press the ground away. Find that space between the shoulder blades. This time, imagine you're opening two jars without moving the hands. So you're rotating the elbow pits forward a little bit. And then finally, imagine that you're hugging a column between the arms. So what we're doing is stabilizing the shoulders here. Shoulders away from the ears, pressing the ground away, opening the jars and hugging the column. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly lower all the way down onto the ground. Let your forehead rest down onto the ground. Press the pubic bone down into the ground, the tops of the legs down. Inhale, peel the chest off the ground and take your gaze forward. Exhale, lower it back down. Press the hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth. Exhale, let it go. Gently seal the lips. Inhale, take a peek forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Step one foot followed by the other to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Slight bend in the knees again. Inhale, stand all the way up. Sweep your arms up towards the sky. Exhale your hands to heart center. Good. So what we just did was a modified sun salutation. We're going to keep doing those in different ways. Always know that you can revert back to the way we did before. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold, slight bend in the knees, slow and steady. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank pose, and then go ahead and drop your knees down. Press the ground away, shoulder blades away from each other. Open the jars, hug the column. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Take your gaze just a little bit forward, maybe about 3 or 4 feet out in front of you. And on your exhale, keep your elbows tight into your body and lower down onto the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. On the tops of the feet, press down. Take your gaze forward. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more breaths here, drawing the belly up towards the spine. Good. Inhale, take a peek forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Step one foot followed by the other. Between the hands, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Light bend in the knees. Draw your belly up and in. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. This time, if you would like, stay up onto the toes. Press the ground away. Open the jars. Hug the column. Take your gaze a little forward. Inhale, come up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, lower through your chaturanga. So the elbows are tight into the body. The shoulders don't dip down towards the ground. Inhale, straighten the arms, come onto the tops of the feet, and take your gaze forward. If this is too much, lower down onto the ground into your baby cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. On your next exhale, drop your knees down to the ground. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose with the forehead down on the ground. Find your slow and steady breath here. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale into your tabletop position. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, take a peek forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Step one foot followed by the other between the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Your choice, any of the versions we've gone over, but make sure you stabilize the shoulders. Press the ground away, open the jars, hug the column. Maybe come up onto the tippy toes, take your gaze forward, lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. The thighs are off the ground. You're on the tops of the feet and you're pressing the ground away. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Step your right foot between the hands. Lower down onto the back left knee. Walk the hands up onto the front right thigh. Breathe in and press the palms into the front right thigh, maybe interlacing the fingers, and take your gaze forward. Take some time to play with shifting the hips forward and down, up and back. Just noticing how the musculature responds to this particular position. Breathe in and breathe out. Eventually, cinch in around the waist, so don't let the belly fall forward. Kind of cinch in, imagine you have a weight belt wrapped around the abdomen. And then inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Still cinching in around the waist, not letting yourself dump forward into the hips. Imagine you're trying to lift up out of the hips. On your next exhale, take your left arm forward and your right arm back behind you. You can take your gaze over the back shoulder if you would like, or just keep it facing forward. Feel this gentle twist in the shoulder blades. So you're stretching the left shoulder blade away from the spine, drawing the right shoulder blade towards the spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, come back through center, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, take the hands down to the ground, and you'll kind of just straighten that front right leg. If you need to, go ahead and lift the torso and straighten the right leg out in front of you with the toes flexed up towards the sky. Take the hands to the hips. If this is too much, you'll sit back onto the hips and put a bend in that right knee. Breathe in, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, start to fold over your right leg. Maybe the hands come down to the ground, maybe they don't. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Inhale, if you moved the hands to the ground, go ahead and take them to the hips and lift the torso. All we're going to do is rotate towards the side of our mat. So you'll kickstand that left leg over to the side, spin onto the inner arch of the right foot. Keep your right hand on your right hip. Inhale, reach your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, take a side bend towards that long right leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, work your way so that the hands are at the top of the mat. And the right foot comes back to meet the left. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot between the hands, drop down onto the back right knee. Inhale, walk the hands onto the front left thigh. And just as we did on the other side, you can interlace the fingers and press the palms into the left thigh and play with shifting the hips forward and backwards, down and up. Find a place that feels comfortable to you. You have a little bit of a stretch, but not too much. Once you find that spot, cinch in around the waist. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Knit the front ribs together. And then reach your arms up towards the sky. Feel really strong here as if you're trying to lift up out of the hips with the abdomen. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. On your next exhale, take your right arm forward and your left arm back behind you, finding that twist that we did on the other side. So the right arm and shoulder blade are stretching away from the spine. The left arm is stretching back behind you. The left shoulder blade is drawing towards the spine. Just visualizing that rotation of the shoulder blade can help you get a little bit deeper into the twist. Breathe in and breathe out. You can gaze beyond the back shoulder or keep the gaze forward. What feels best in your neck, and do that. Breathe in and breathe out. On your next inhale, come back to the front. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Again, you're going to take the hands down to the ground and just kind of shimmy that left leg long. If that doesn't work for you, the hands can come to the hips. Lift the torso, straighten that left leg out in front of you, flex the toes up towards the sky. Again, if that is too much, you'll sit the hips back on that right heel and put a bend in the left knee. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Reach your arms up towards the sky or keep them on the hips. Exhale, start to fold over that left leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Remember, that's way more important than the posture. So if you ever notice that you've lost track of your breath, just back out of the pose and come back to that. On your next inhale, take the hands back to the hips if you moved them, lift the torso, and you're going to rotate once again to the side facing. And I'm gonna rotate all the way around so that you can see me a little better. So you're coming to the inner arch of the left foot. You're on the right knee, hands to the hips, especially that left hand. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky. Really lengthen. Exhale, side bend towards that long left leg. Imagine that you're fanning out that right rib cage and breathe into that space. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, come back through center, work your way back up to the top of the mat with the hands. Step the feet back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take a peek forward, and exhale, come through to seated with the legs out in front of you. You're gonna take the left leg straight, the right sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, sit up really tall. Maintain that strength of the spine as you exhale, fold forward. So you're not just dumping into the lower back, you're lifting up out of the hips and folding directly over that left leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Not worrying about how far into the stretch you're able to reach. Instead, where is your breath? Where is your mind? Inhale, slowly lift your torso back up. Go ahead and switch legs. The right leg is long, the left foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Again, strengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Let your eyes gently close. Inhale, begin to lift your torso back up. We're going to find a modified boat pose. So what you're going to do is bend the knees, plant the feet, and grab a hold of the backs of the thighs. From here, inhale, sit up really tall. Just like we've done all of practice today, cinch in around the waist, feel that support of the abdominal muscles in the spine. And then ever so slightly lean back with the torso. Always opening the chest here, drawing the shoulder blades a little together and down the back. Now, if you feel pretty comfortable here, maintain the hold on the backs of the thighs and float the feet so that the shins are parallel with the ground. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, if you feel comfortable here, you can release the bind of the thighs and stretch the arms forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Inhale, exhale. If you release the thighs, go ahead and grab them. Take the feet down to the ground. Inhale, lift the torso back up. Exhale, take the hands behind you, fingertips pointing towards the feet. Draw the shoulder blades together and down the back. Imagine you're shining the sternum forward. Press into the heels of both feet. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky into your reverse tabletop here. Imagine you're digging the heels down into the ground and dragging them towards your head or towards your fingertips. Keep pressing the ground away with the shoulders. Feel the openness in the chest. If you're not dealing with any neck issues and you're comfortable with it, let the head fall back into that little shoulder pocket for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, lift the hips a little higher. Exhale, slowly lower down. Breathe in here and breathe out. Slowly lower yourself all the way down onto the ground, laying onto your back. Let the feet splay out to the side. The palms turn up towards the sky. Let your eyes gently close and ask yourself if there's any movements that your body needs right now to finish out your practice. You don't have to put a name to it. Maybe you need a little twist. Maybe the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. But listening to those little whispers that exist within your body, not letting them just wash away, but listening. And if there's nothing else you need today, find your final Shavasana or corpse pose. Relaxing completely on the ground beneath you. Nothing to hold up. Letting gravity do all of the work. Maybe shimmying the shoulders ever so slightly underneath you so that the chest is open and lifted. Relax the jaw. Let any tension in the space between the eyebrows simply melt away with your next exhale. Gently draw your breath in a little deeper. Let everything go on your next exhale. Breathing in a little deeper. Breathing out a little longer. Indulging in your breath as you lie here, relaxed and calm. However you would like to get there, keeping the eyes closed as much as you can along the way. We'll meet up in a seated posture, right where we started. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Let the palms come to touch and slide them down to heart center, gently bowing your chin towards your chest along the way. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. The light and love in me humbly bows to the light and love in each of you. Namaste.